Hello everyone, this is John for PokerVIP.com, and we are back with the Grinding TonyBet series, over on TonyBet Poker of course. I'm going to launch straight into it, but basically top left 50 NL, top right 25 NL, bottom left 5 NL, and bottom right 100 NL. I think this is around part 7 now. And we're basically just grinding like we would on any of these soft sites, playing lots of different stakes, trying to make lots of money, grinding the rate back, grinding the bonuses, but you know, really just making sure we get the most bang for our buck. And we're just going to be talking about all the hands as and when they happen throughout. Oh, this Raitu guy, we've seen him before. He's the guy who just dumps off the money as quick as he can. So I'll stay here and play him. If I Love Tony wants to sit out, that's good for me. He basically will 3-bet all the time, and he will just basically try and stack off as quick as he can. And I guarantee that happens again here. I guarantee it. King 10 here. I'm just going to bet once, check 2. King Jack we're going to open. Ace 9 we open. This guy actually flats, which is interesting. But we're still going to bet our 9 and consider it to be a really good hand. King 10, this guy check call flop, check call turn. I imagine he's going to check call river with a hand like pocket 10s. A block of 10s, of course. But, you know, it kind of feels like he's got like a pocket pair. Similar to that, where he's just going to take the check call down route. See if we can see it. Oh, well, yeah, aces. Same thing, I guess. Just felt pretty obvious that it was some sort of pocket pair, and he was basically just going to go check call, check call, check call, no matter what the run out was, which I quite like in general. I take that line a lot. Just not too sure how many bluffs I show with there on that board in that spot. Going to c-bet, open, and I'm going to value bet my ace 9 here. The queen wasn't a good card on the turn. Once the jack pairs, I expect to have the best hand here. Once he doesn't lead the river. And yeah, we get a pretty quick call there. And he had 5-6. So, you know. Another really light call down there with bottom pair. Like I said he would. He really does just want to gamble quick and go, go, go. Which is fine by me. 7-8 going to appeal here, getting a good price. Deuce 4 suited, going to start leading. Now that I flop my flush. Sorry, turn my flush. River obviously really good for us. Just going to bet close to pot here. I feel like if he's calling, he will call pot size the same amount of time he will call half size. And, you know, we've only played this guy twice, but, you know, we just know exactly how he's going to play. So we can really exploit him super hard. Lots of action going on here, guys. 7-8, we're going to fold. 2 overcards, no good. I can't believe that I Love Tony's left the table. Like, this guy is free money. Like, absolutely free money. If we were deeper, I'd call here, but we're just not. I think if we start calling off that amount, then we actually can get exploited. Jack Queen, pretty standard spot for a 3-bet. 7-10, this guy's checked to me. I'm just going to bet again. And the ace 4, I'm just going to call. Jack Queen. I'm just going to go for a check actually here. I'm going to bet my check my 7-10 even though we turn a straight draw. Checking with the Jack Queen just control the size of the pot, and I essentially think I can get turn and river value quite often here. Ace 4, I don't think I should value bet the 8. I think I'm just going to check and I'll probably go ahead and call. This guy check called flop top right and now is leading river, which is pretty interesting. Not too sure what he's repping here. 10 Jack, no, he'd bet that and we block it. I might have to call here. Even though everything gets there, it just doesn't seem to make that much sense. Okay, he check call flop with 7-5. That's pretty interesting. And river here, by the way, I am betting really small to kind of induce. So if he's going to have some like 10s in his range, that he might now go ahead and bluff. Even a hand like King Queen, he might. So yeah, it's just going to be a bet small call kind of spot. And he actually shows Queen 7. So even wider than we thought. Double gut shot, I guess. But that small bet is just going to induce the pants off him, and it did. I think we've seen that probably about 10-15 times now in my videos. Just knowing that these people are just so prone to spazzing. So let's just give them everything they need to go ahead and spaz. Raising up with the kings. I know there's been a lot going on here, guys. So please, if you have any questions. Just sometimes it's fast-paced action. Especially when one table's heads up, but you know, if this whole series is about grinding TonyBet, then this is as true as it gets. You know, when someone sits down and they are easy money, then we should be getting it all. I'm going to just carry on betting my kings here. think he can just come in with lots of draws. Can have lots of one pair type hands. Ace king, we're going to go for the squeeze. About 250, 240 looks right. Another call there, and a pretty good river, pretty safe river there. I'm not going to bet small to induce. I'm just going to bet small to get a call. I feel like it's got just sort of like 9x, or you know, maybe pocket eights or something. So I'm actually just going to bet small here, and I'll actually fold if he jams, I think. Actually, maybe not. I guess I can't ever fold there. But yeah, we get the call. And I'm going to expect he's got pocket eights or like ace 9 maybe. He actually had ace jack. Damn, did he turn? Damn, he turned top, so I could have actually got it all there. Just didn't think he was that strong. I mean, but that is being results orientated, which we should never be. But yeah, I mean, he's just never going to fold there if I jam once he's floated the flop and hit top. Did not think the jack hit him. I see bet my 10-3 suited, and I'm going to go ahead and check turn here. 8-10, we flop the nuts, which is really good against this guy. Or against any guy. But, you know, if this guy has a pair, a draw, or something, he is going to just give us so much money. He check raises. I mean, this guy really does just call light, so I'm just going to go ahead and not click it back, but, you know, re-raise quite small. Not that scared of the spade versus this guy. He can definitely have a flush, but I think more often than not, he's actually just going to have a pair. So yeah, we're just going to ship it all in and hope we get called by worse, which I'm sure we will. Oh, he actually folds, which is interesting. I didn't think he was going to call raise fold turn. If I knew that, I would have made it bigger, but again, that's pretty results orientated, which we try not to be. Ace 3, 2 pair. Love that. We've also got the backdoor nut flush draw. 4-5 I totally missed, so I'm just going to bet a half pot and sort of be one and done with this. Against lots of people I'd like barrel or rep, but this guy, like I say, he just doesn't fold much. And this is a really good river card for us, but he just doesn't fold, so I am going to go ahead and give it up. Interesting to note on the 100L table, which we've played no hands yet, this VSS88 guy seems to be limping under the gun, playing pretty fishy. So I guess he's the mark of the table. Looks like there's been a good game. Andre Beb, I recognise the name of. Go and Dig, I know he's a VIP guy. I think Minion is as well. So lots of VIP guys about today. Should be fun. Go and Dig is basically why I made this video in a way. You guys would have seen him in a lot of parts, and he just plays everything. You know, he's sat playing 10 and L, and he's also playing 100 and L because he just knows it's just free, easy money everywhere. Defend 10 do swap 3 of a kind because I'm a look box. I'm just going to, you know, play it pretty fast. Check raise 3x. Get a quick float there. Really good turn card for us. Just going to bet around half pot. Get squeezed here by VS, but it's a very small squeeze. And like I say, I think he's the mark at the table. So I'm going to go ahead and call in position. 10 deuce, I'm still going to bet once the flush gets there. And I'm just, it sucks that he's jammed over my overbet. But he is capable of just having nothing, so I'm going to make the call here. And wow, he actually rivered the full house, which sucks. Against a lot of people, it'd be like, gulp, what have I done? But against him, it's not always going to be that hand. You know, sometimes he might just have like king, queen there. He is that crazy. But hey ho, we continue to grind. Oh, didn't have auto rebuy tick there on 100 NL, so excuse that. That will top up straight after here. I'm so glad they introduced auto rebuy. Ace 6 we're going to fold. Jack 10 suited are going to go for the 3 bet. And 8-3 we're going to put into the muck. Could also call here with 10 jack suited. Pretty straightforward check on the flop. Pot control, inducing. We have a good hand, but we don't have like a nutted hand. We are certainly not happy to face too much pressure or to just keep betting for no reason into him. Turn it'd be really odd if we bet, because he'd be repping king 10 or like ace queen or ace jack, which we of course block. River, I'm tempted to just go ahead and bet here just in case he does have a hand like king queen, which we might be able to get to fold. So I think yeah, just gonna go for a bet on that one. And bet it pretty strong. Can't imagine he's got too many fours in his range. And I think I do get him to fold like a queen or even a hand like, you know, king jack, which we now chop with. I'm happy to go ahead and just win with. King 10, top pair king kicker. Gonna go ahead and bet 8-5. Yep, pretty good flop for us. We can actually go 3/4 pot there. Jack's not a great card, but against this guy, just gonna continue to bet. And River's probably the worst card. It feels kind of dirty to check it, but I'm not too sure what he can call me with. Even though I know he just doesn't fold pairs, now a lot of those pairs beat me. It was very hard to get called by worse, so I think checking back's fine. We will get all of his money. Ace-4, we're going to go ahead and check. Like I say, this VS guy is obviously a bit of a mark. Playing lots of hands, limping, random sizes, bad, poorly sized squeeze. Interesting that this guy raises. I'm really not too sure what he's raising. But yeah, I can't really get fancy here and rep a set because he could just be a complete fish, and this guy might just never fold. So it's gonna have to be a fold there. And sadly, Raitu's gone. So we're gonna have to find a new table. Oh, nice! I've just found another 50 NL one on the side. Deuces, I miss against 2. I'm gonna go ahead and check, and I'm gonna pull in this pretty awesome 50 NL table. So now we've got 100 NL, sorry, 50 NL top left, 50 NL bottom right, 25 NL top right, 100 NL bottom left. Pretty excited. Nice that we've got some, higher stakes ones here. A lot of them have been like 2 NL, 5 NL, 10 NL, 25 NL, with the odd appearance of 50 NL. Now it's 25, 50, and 100. I wish there was some. We'll get some high games going as well throughout, no doubt. But this is a 24-part series, believe it or not. Searchdog, I think, is a weak player as well, just because he's limped. So yeah, 24-part series. It is going to be mammoth. So really looking forward to seeing how it all just pans out. It wasn't like a bankroll challenge or anything. It was just, put a couple £100 on, talk through the hands, and go, go, go. Sadly, I forgot to tick the wait for big blind thing here, but this is some good advice to anyone trying the site. You have to tick it when you sit down. Otherwise, you're just going to waste 50 cents like I just did. Which doesn't feel good. We've got to protect those big blinds. If these two check, though, I will go ahead and bet. No, sadly not. It was a complete money burn. King Deuce suit, I'm going to go ahead and call. Flop pretty bad. Nesto sell is a reg as well. I mean, it's incredible. Nesto, go Ed, Emidag, and I Love Tony on every single time I play. Without doubt. So they really are, taking this money whilst it's there, and good for them. Interesting here, looks like Soul Seller peeled a 4-bet in position. Blind versus blind. Pretty good flop for him if he is peeling 4 bets. Lots of sets there, straight draws. I had an 8, so it does cancel out a few hands. I'm going to go ahead and call, try and hit a set here. They'll get it all in anyway. Queens versus Jacks, wow. And Queen's hold. Bit of a call there. If I was the Jacks, we've just got it all in pre-flop. 3 is no good. He's Jack, we're going to go ahead and raise. He's reloaded to the max, which is interesting. He was not reloading, but then when he busts, he does. King Jack have opened UTG, get called by one of the weak players. And we flop a Jack. So now we're just going to start betting around half pot on every street. We're just going to basically try and milk him along. So, pretty much wait a couple of seconds, do all of that, business. Make it look like we've got a decision, but all we're doing is thinking of Vegas and the fucking Mirage. He raises, which is just super odd. 2 pairs, sets, over pairs, all possible. But I'm not going to be folding, so I call and hope to see a brick on the river. That's not a brick, ace-4, ace-5, and 4-5 get there. Plus, if you have like ace-x of spades gets there as well, but I don't think I'm going to fold here once the flush and straight draw misses. And I'm just going to go ahead and make the call and hope it's good. And yeah, he just had the straight draw. Not the straight draw, he had a straight draw. Turn, I just didn't want to ship it in. I was kind of just happy, calling, and calling. Just kind of whatever. He's reloaded for his max bankroll now. He's got 83 euros left in the tank. And I think he's going to spend it. 9-4 we just checked down. And yeah, he's just back limping again. So just a very weak player. Doesn't really know what he's doing, I imagine. Or just drunk or just likes gambling. I don't think I need to raise here. I think I can actually just check with a hand like 10 jack. So yeah, we're doing pretty well today. The session is going pretty well. I'm enjoying this. Really enjoying this. Rate back payment came today. Top 7-7 payment in the bank. You know, everything's going really well. TonyBet is awesome. Pardon me. Gonna go ahead and bet the King 7. Fold the 10 jack. The 8-10 is pretty interesting. Maybe it is a fold there. But when I'm facing him in raise, I quite often like to get in the streets. And I think I can lead on this dry board. I think I'm going to get lots of calls. All kings, straight draws, lots of straight draws. 7-9, Jack-9, Jack-Queen, even Ace-Jack and Ace-Queen will be in there. And I'm going to go ahead and bet my king. I feel like it's going to be the best hand. And, you know, he's going to expect me to bluff that card a lot. So I think he's also going to call. I also don't think he's ever going to fold a 10. Turn an 8 here, which is obviously really good. And I'm just going to continue to bet. Again, I still don't think he's going to fold like some of his straight draws. And I don't think he's going to fold a king. Sadly, he folds whatever he had, which sucks, but it is what it is. Deep here, ace king suited. Just going to go ahead and c-bet. 2 overs, nut, backdoor nut flush draw, gut shot to the nuts. Definitely fine to bet. And if he raises, it'll just be a pretty easy peel and hope to basically hit a queen, a diamond, or something on the turn. He's going to have some sets here, but he's also going to have hands like king, queen of spades, ace, queen of spades. So it's the fact that we could be ahead, or the fact we can get there. Interesting turn card. Be interesting if he slows down here. Because now when he bets big, he's repping a full house. He can have a straight, but this seems a little bit suspicious. You know, is he just really excited here with ace jack, or does he just have jacks or tens, or 8-10, Jack 8, Queen 9. It's pretty interesting here. I think I'm actually going to call again here and assess the river. We make the nut straight here, so now it's just going to be a check call. If he jams, I will not be happy, because I'm not too sure how often he's now going to bluff, but we're just not going to be able to fold once we've improved. Ace King, we're just going to carry on betting. I could also lead jam this river if I thought he was like strong enough to call, but I just don't see what hands I beat that he is strong enough to call with. So I'd rather use it as like a bluff catcher. He's tanking, which is interesting. He bet pretty quick. Damn, yeah. It'd be really interesting to see what hand he had here. Ace Jack. So wow, he was just really happy with top pair, top kicker on that board. Which I think is pretty crazy of him, to be honest. I mean, we can argue he got value. Am I looking at the right hand? Sorry, that's not the right hand, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know what I've done there. Maybe that was the right hand. Ace 10, pretty bad run out. Jack, so we're going to go ahead and raise. Okay, he mucks his hand, so we can't see it. Sorry about that. That's me noobing. Jacks are all in. I mean, with three-handed, I have jacks. He plays a lot of hands, like, you know, what am I meant to do? We're flipping. He's running it once as well. Hold it! TY. We are killing the game, guys. I'm gonna this isn't something I do, but generally just for video purposes. They did answer last time. I don't know if anyone watched the previous part, but I'm gonna just ask, what did you have? He might answer. He might be quite honest. I mean, I feel like maybe King Queen of Spades or Ace Queen of Spades. He was like, yeah, best now just check now he's hit because he can have me crushed. It's definitely possible. You know, it's very hard for me to think I was beat. Because the hands he should be raising with are the full houses. You know, so 10 Jack, again, like I think he checks the turn because he's been counterfeited. So kind of like, you know, once he checks, it's kind of like, oh, I've got showdown value now, I best check. Maybe Ace 9 of Spades or something like that. Gonna go ahead and bet there. Gonna go ahead and call there. So yeah, this is just real time, real talk, real strategy, how I play, my thoughts, my feelings. So if we do lose a bit of track, then I apologize and just leave a question, ask the timestamp, and say, can you just go into more depth here or this or that, and I'll do that for you. King 7, I'm actually going to check back after he had flop. Do give him the free card if he had a flush draw, but kind of wanted to go for river value on like a brick. But once the spade comes, we're just going to check. So we're playing heads up here, which I'm okay with. I think I've got an edge on this guy. So let's do it. Really hope he answers what he had. Would be really cool to know. So lots of action, making this at 4 PM UK time on a Monday afternoon. So if you know, it's kind of a thing. If you're saying poker's dead, then you're wrong, because this is certainly not dead. This is money, like real money flying around. I don't know how much I'm up here. Up like 3 binds at 50 NL, up a little bit at 25 NL. I think we lost a bit at 5 NL. 50 NL here, up a tiny bit, and 100 NL up a tiny bit as well. So, you know, could be up a couple €100 here. Good turn for us with the ace-4. We've now turned ace straight flush draw. So I'm just going to carry on barreling. You know, he can fold hands like 9, 10, and queen 10, which even though we beat, it's good if he folds them because those hands have equity. He could now also just fold a 3, pocket 4s through to pocket 7s. I don't think he's going to fold an 8 or a jack that often. But we can actually get hands to fold which beat us, and also hands that have equity versus us. So it's a win-win. The king 10 going to be a very easy check call. And we have obviously a lot of very good turn cards. That not being like a very good one, but certainly not a bad one. I think he's going to barrel at this a lot, and I think I'm going to go for a check call with the king high in the straight draw. Oops, check. Make the straight on the river. Flush did get there though. 7 deuce. I'm just going to check, and I probably won't fold now. We do make 2 pair, but on a 4 does beat us, but I think we now need to lead. Okay, so now it's here. Do we just go for a call or a raise? And because the diamonds missed, I think we might make this look like a bluff. It would suck if he has the hearts, but I don't think he's going to fold sets or 2 pairs versus me here. And I think it kind of looks like, oh, did you miss the flush draw? Are you bluffing? He seems a little bit call-y, so yeah, let's just go for it here and go for the max. We could definitely just check call, but I think that's a little bit too weak. And I think this move kind of like really makes it look like a bluff. I might even fold the 4-5 of hearts to us. He's done a good thing. He's like, what the hell? So you flat called pre-flop, you called flop, you called turn, now you're check, jamming river, huge. You know, it just seems like a better option than making it like 24 and then folding. Even though I don't think he's going to bluff over that. I just feel like we can get calls here by worse. You know, heads up, dynamics. He might know I'm a poker VIP coach. Just so many bits to it there that I actually think we can get a call from far worse with. He had a good think. He had a very good think. But yeah, we're going to fold. We're going to fold on that lead. Really next to nothing there for us. And the 7-5 suited as well is just going to be a check back. Obviously a board which can really be smashing him straight in the face. And we're just going to give up. One thing as well, you will find people who just tilt really heavily on this site. So you got to get in some long sessions because don't quit. You know, Phil Ivey said it best. Only losers quit when they're winning. And it's so true. Like, if you're starting to tilt and you're starting to play bad when you're winning, okay. But if it's a good game and you're quitting and you're feeling fine, then you are just an idiot. Find a fish, beat him up, exploit, and make as much money as you can in the short run, the mid run, and the long run. Queen deuce, I'm just going to go to showdown here. King 7, King 5. King 7 doesn't always have to be an open. I'm going to go ahead and defend here. I mean, this guy can't just keep 3-betting me all the time. We're going to have to defend, and a suited king is fine to do so. I'm actually flop a flush draw here, which is good. It's going to be a very easy call. Hopefully hit the diamond on the turn, which we do not. Going to go ahead and call on the turn and try and hit the diamond on the river. We do not. I wonder if he'd fall to a jam this time. I don't think he's going to let us. I think he's going to ship it. I think he's scared of that from happening now, so I don't think he's going to bet small. I think he's going to be all in or a check. Oh, wow, he did. Okay, but I mean, you know, pretty committed. Sadly, we have to go ahead and fold this one. Couple of folds there, and we open pocket sixes, bottom right, 50 NL. Definitely say it's been the most action-packed session. I mean, I'm exhausted just talking about it and playing it. Hopefully lots of spots you guys run into have been sort of like discussed, and hopefully gives you a better idea of what to do. A6, I've been very tight on this 100 NL table, like really tight. I think this is my first 3-bet. It's definitely my first 3-bet bluff. And with an ace in your hand, it's a good spot to do so. I'm going to go ahead and bet flop. The ace of spades is a very nice hand to have. Very nice card to have, sorry. Some easy folds there. And yeah, we can just see bet that flop and then bet. We can barrel a lot of turns there because he's actually gonna have lots of pocket pairs, which he sort of floats us with. But certainly any spade, you know, we want to bet, and then we can actually just barrel it off. A10 suited here, we flop very well, and I'm actually gonna do something I don't often do, and that is check. 7 in the middle, he's got 15 back. I want to basically allow him to bet, or if he doesn't, I can bet like 3 on the turn and then jam the river. King 7, I went for a delayed c-bet. 8-10, I'm going to think about it. Yeah, okay, I'll float you with ace high. Good turn card for us. Check very quick. King 7 here. I mean, I'm just going to call once he pots it. And the 8-10, we're just going to ship it in. We ran into quads there. Don't think I like his pot size lead. If I was him, I would have checked. I feel here we can. It's very hard for us to get called. He might ace high us. If he's got 2 pair, I think he calls. But there's really not a lot we can do at that point. Once he didn't bet the turn, and the pot is larger than his stack, so in it all went. And yeah, that cardio, like, if I've got a king, I'm betting. So you should probably check and check raise. You know, because if I don't have a king and you're potting it, I'm just gonna fold. You know, I'm not ever gonna bluff there. I'm not ever going to call you with worse than a king. 7-5. We hit a pair. We'll call once. Could definitely fold that flop, but, you know, this guy seems a bit fishy. Check turn. Make a straight draw. So we'll just check here and hope we win, which we do. Really can't believe the action. The amount of money being thrown around. Don't think we've made too many missteps today. I think everything has been played pretty well. At least I hope so. Going to play our last hands now. Yeah, might be a good one to finish on, or a really bad one. Easy defend with the 8-9. And the 8-9 suited, we flop a flush, so that is awesome. And we're just going to bet. Eight, 9, bottom right, I'm going to go ahead and bet. We're just never going to win, and he's shown no promise, and we can definitely have something, but sadly he's check call with ace high, probably. Oh, 10s, okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's really hard to play versus this guy's stack size in this spot. So I think just half pot's fine. Hopefully he's got an ace or a 6 in his hand. No, wow, God. Oh, my days. Right. Well, we win one. I mean, I can't believe I got that action on the turn, to be honest. I got pretty lucky there for him to just put it in. Because obviously he's drawing very slim against everything I can have. Oh, big pot going on down here. Top two versus a set. Okay. Set holds. So yeah, that was the end of this part, whatever part this may be. Like I say, it's a huge series. Ask some questions, leave some reviews, and I'll be back next time. So good luck at the tables, and goodbye.